Hey guys, thanks for joining me again. I gotta quit pounding this fucking table. I'm sorry. Thanks for joining me once again for Brain Smashers Metal Splaining Metalthology of Doom. I just wanted to do something a little different, like I have been. We're gonna talk a little bit about the new Darkthrone song. It's fucking awesome. And then I want to show you a couple of things, update to my list. So we'll talk about Darkthrone in a second. But first, we're going to be listening to Ashborer, and this is something I got in just the other day. I haven't stopped listening to this since I got it like 3 or 4 days ago. It's so fucking good. I downloaded the demo a couple of years ago and was blown away, but I don't know why I never got around to buying this. I saw him live twice at Gilead Fest. So fucking good. But yeah, this is the reissue of the Ashborer self-titled demo, I guess. I'm not sure if it was a demo technically, but it came out on cassette, and then this was reissued on CD by Profound Lore. So this is the original demo artwork. But yeah, it's really great stuff. In my opinion, I think I've heard all of their stuff. This is really good, and now that I'm really getting sinking my teeth back into this one again, I think I'm gonna check out their other stuff a little bit more. Oh, so like I said in my last video, I was holding back on downloading MP3s. So far, I don't think I've downloaded anything yet. But so I was also saying I was looking forward to blindly buying an album without hearing it first. So I did actually. I have bought 2 used CDs by bands I'm familiar with. But one thing I'm looking forward to is I just found out last week, I'm surprised I missed the news, but there's a new 40 Watt Sun album coming out. And they had a really killer debut. It's been a couple of years since then, and I'm hearing a lot of things about how their new record is going to be a little bit of a departure in style. And so I've decided that's the one I'm just gonna buy that without even thinking about it and just let it hit me and see what happens. I'm kind of excited about it. So I wanted to maybe encourage you guys, if you're thinking about, kind of trying to achieve what I'm trying to achieve by, letting that old time method of, just buying a record blindly and hoping for the best, find something. Maybe the new Darkthrone. Just buy it blindly and don't listen to the preview track, even though I'm going to talk a lot about it here in a minute. I got a couple of things in mail order the other day. These came from Ominous Domain, in great shape. Love that distro. I can't recommend them enough. They've got great prices, tons of great stuff. Check them out, Ominous Domain, and they ship really, really quickly too. So I picked up a couple of CDs that I've just kind of had in my Discogs wish list for a long time. The prices were never really getting to where I wanted them to be, so I was just like, all right, fuck it. Let's get these. This is Chete, something like that. I know that's how it's pronounced because I talked to the drummer of this band for, I don't know, maybe about an hour and a half or so. I saw them live in Chicago a couple of years ago, and the drummer in Chete is also in that band Grimoire, I think. They put out a solo record last year. Maybe it's this year, I don't know. I can't remember. But this is the Eisenwald version of the album, and it's really fucking good. They're from Quebec, so if you know anything about the Quebec black metal scene, like Fort SA is from there. The band I talked about a couple of videos ago, Cantique Le Priou, is also from there. So really melodic and atmospheric kind of stuff based on Bathory, I think that's what their songs are about. Anyway, we'll get through these quickly. This, for some reason, this is Absu's last album, Abzu, and this was only $6 from Ominous Domain, and I don't know if it was like a clearance item or if it was damaged. I know some of the stuff on their website is slightly damaged. I got a really sweet Droot LP for $15 or something, just because it had a little ding in the corner. I don't really give a shit about that all that much. But this is a white digipack version of their last album. And when I first checked this album out, I was way into the self-titled record, which was kind of like the comeback and the introduction of this style after waiting so long after Terra had come out. So that album just fucking blew me away. And then this album came out a year later or so, and I kind of didn't like it. It kind of didn't, like I was expecting, I don't know, I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I really slept on this. Now that I have it, and I paid only $6 for it, I'm so fucking glad I bought it. It's so good, and I can't wait for the third one. And I guess the reason that I may not have warmed to it so easily, it sounds quite a bit like Absu, the self-titled one before this, but that makes sense because this is the second in a trilogy, and I'm sure the next one might sound quite a bit like this too. So I don't know, but it's a killer record. And the last thing I got from Ominous Domain, this is a band from Michigan called Eifing, and I'm not sure what this word is, but the album is called Against This Wield, and this is a band from Michigan, like I said, and it came out on Blood Music, which is a Swedish label. I'm not sure if this is on LP or not, but it's a killer, kind of like post-black metal, sort of Viking kind of stuff. Really good album, so I'm glad I finally picked that up. And then this weekend I went on like a little vacation out of town, and I visited some record stores that have like dead stock, just tons of old shitty metal dead stock, and I went through this fucking just piles of gore grind and fucking misogynistic twat metal and shit, and it just nothing good in there. But I found the two things that were worth buying. This is Aurora Borealis. This is a band that I talked about a couple of videos ago. I have 3 other CDs, but this, I want to say, is their first full length, or maybe it's actually an EP, but it came out in 1996 and hasn't been owned by anybody until now. Can you believe that? 20 years after it was released. So this is an interesting project. Well, I already talked about it, so I'm not going to get into it that much, but Tony Loreno played drums on this EP, and it's really good. I'm glad to have that. Now I have 4 CDs by Aurora Borealis, which is a totally underrated band. And then this is Mythological Cold Towers. This is a Brazilian band that I kind of like. I'm happy to pick up another one of their records. This is their second album, and it came out in, I don't know, maybe like 2000 or so. But it's really good. I guess I would say it's kind of like if Amon Amarth was from Brazil and all their songs were about Aztec history or something. I've never really heard a Brazilian band that wasn't like hyperspeed, Christian rebellion kind of style. But this band is kind of unique for the Brazilian, for being from Brazil. Anyways, so let's talk about this new Darkthrone track. I'll put a link down below so you can hear it if you haven't. But man, it's really fucking good, and I'm not surprised or anything, but I wasn't really a fan of their last record all that much. It was kind of hard to listen to, and a lot of times when I check out an album that I'm not really into, I kind of turn it off before I hate it, because I just kind of know I might. And Darkthrone's one of my absolute favorite bands, if not my favorite black metal band. I'm way into their earlier stuff, of course, more than their later era stuff. You know, right after Total Death came out, there was Ravishing Grimness, and I feel like that's kind of like right where I don't really care for them after that. But you know, I went back and I listened to some of the albums with commentary. Peaceville has been reissuing all of their albums with commentary from Fenris, and it's given me a whole new appreciation for both Fenris and for Darkthrone, in seeing how they, cite their influences. But I kind of feel like, I guess, the Ravishing Grimness era and beyond to now has been more of like a tribute to the metal bands that they like. And in a way, I kind of feel like Darkthrone continues to exist kind of like as a museum of heavy metal in a way. And they want to just kind of like showcase how it sounds if you take like a Hellhammer riff and mix it with a Sabbat riff or something like that, and put together a song like that. And so it's really interesting to hear how they just like unapologetically say like, this is a Sadistic Intent riff and it fucking rules. You should listen to Sadistic Intent. It fucking rules here when we use their kind of riff in this song. And you should listen to Sadistic Intent Resurrection or whatever. Because that band is killer. But so, yeah, the first song that we're hearing It's kind of mid-tempo. It's a song written by Fenris on guitar. So the album, from what I read, has 8 tracks total on it, and 4 songs were written by Fenris and 4 were written by Ted, Nocturnal Culto. But anyway, yeah, so it seems like they're kind of going back and being a lot more primitive and raw in their style, and I really fucking like it. And Fenris, if you listen to the track, there's actually like commentary from Fenris about how this song came together, and he talks about how they went back to their old recording studio. I don't know if this is actually a studio or if it's just where they rehearsed back in the day or what, but sounds like the recording process was just real cut and dry. They just went in, did their cuts, and didn't really do much studio mastering or mixing or anything. And I think it sounds fucking great. I think it shows how Darkthrone's existence today, I think, does a lot to show how you can really overthink things. And Darkthrone is like really stripping it back, taking off all of the potential atmosphere, but still remaining kind of musical. And you can really hear how you can cite an influence from something so simple as like a Sadistic Intent riff, or like in the end, the last riff of the song is like totally a Black Sabbath riff. And that's exactly what he says. But it works so well together as a song, and I imagine the rest of the album is going to be just as good. The song is called Hazard Leech? Tundra Leech. Tundra Leech. I had to cheat there. I've only listened to it twice so far today, but it's fucking good. I'm really excited about that. I think I might just go ahead and pre-order it right off the bat after hearing that song. But anyway, let me know what you thought about the song in the comments below. Oh, another thing. By the way, you might have gotten a notification this weekend from my account that I posted some Panopticon live videos. Now, I wasn't at the Migration Festival. I fucking wish I would have been. I couldn't make it, but No Clean Singing filmed that footage, and when the guy from No Clean Singing was at the show, he didn't really have the facilities to upload the footage to YouTube or something. I'm not sure what went wrong. I talked to him for a minute, but I was like, dude, your footage hosted on this website is not working for anybody. Do you mind if I take it down and put it on YouTube for you? And so that's what I did. I'm just posting the videos. I didn't actually go to that, but anyway, the reason I bring it up, you gotta check out that fucking footage of Panopticon's live debut in Olympia, Washington last weekend. It looks so good. I didn't even know that they were going to be doing songs apart from On the Subject of Mortality, so you can see some songs from the album Kentucky. You can see some songs from the new album Autumn Eternal. One song is from the one before that, Rose to the North. So definitely go and check that the footage out if you haven't already. What else was I gonna say? Can't remember what I was gonna say. Anyway, I'm gonna be out of town again this next weekend, so this might be the last video for another week or so. So go back and check out some older videos or something. I don't know. Anyways, hope you're all having a good week. Have a good weekend. Have a good everything while you're at it. Fuck. Catch you later. Bye.